Well, my view is that we've got to accept the result of the British people, which was to leave the European Union. That being said, I think it's really important that me as the Mayor of London persuades the government that when it comes to negotiating an exit from the European Union, that we have a seat around the table and that our concerns, our issues are taken on board by the government. One of the key things for London is to have access to a single market. We need to ensure, for example, that there's a passport of financial services, and the other benefits of being in the EU that our city benefits from need to be safeguarded by the government when it comes to doing a deal with the European Union. I hope not. I've seen no evidence of that. I've been spending most of my waking hours since the Friday after the Thursday Brexit result speaking to chief executives, employers, businesses, investors, reassuring them that London is open. London will carry on being open-minded, outward-looking. We've got some great, talented people here. We'll still be innovative, creative, and it's really important that the world understands that London is open, because we can't afford people to leave our great city. But you know what? For 1,000 years, we've been open to trade, to people, to ideas. That can't change. I don't want the financial sector in London to shrink. It's really important that we carry on being the global commercial centre. But I think we do need to diversify London's economy. So in relation to the tech sector, where we've taken over New York, in my opinion, we're catching up with San Francisco. EdTech, MedTech, FinTech, we've got to make sure that we continue to flourish and thrive there. It's really important that we continue to do well in the life sciences. Low carbon economy is really important for London. We're in a 21st century green revolution like we had the industrial revolution in the 19th century. What's important is we look at the culture and creative industries, fashion. 4 out of 5 tourists who come to London come here because of our culture and creative sector. We should make sure that London has a more diverse economy. Well, there's obvious challenges in Europe, whether it's Paris, whether it's Berlin, whether it's Rome. There's also obviously competitors in America, whether it's New York, whether it's Los Angeles, whether it's Washington. But, the great thing about London is we aren't simply the cultural capital or the financial capital or the political capital. We're all three. And so we've got to make sure we stay competitive with the first world, if you like. But also we've got to recognise that 10 of the world's fastest growing cities are all in China, the mega cities. We've got to look at India for opportunities, but also challenges too. Think about Brazil and Russia as well. I think there's no part of the world that isn't a potential competitor. I like to see them as an opportunity for us to collaborate with. One of the concerns I've got is that a perception is left that because the vote was so close on Brexit and that we are a divided country, that people think it's London versus the rest of the country. I'm quite clear in my mind that, when you look at the slice of the cake London gets, my job is to make sure that we use that slice better so the whole country benefits. It is a fact that, we contribute disproportionately more in GDP to the country. We contribute disproportionately more in relation to taxes raised in the country. I think it's important that the government recognises that London is a powerhouse for the country. It shouldn't be London versus the rest. When you speak to the leaders of Manchester or Leeds or Liverpool or Glasgow or Cardiff, they accept that London should have more control over our city so we can have the entire country doing better. The government is right to give more powers to the Scottish Parliament. The government is right to give more powers to Wales. The government is right to give more powers to Greater Manchester. The government is right to ask the question in relation to more powers to the English regions. I think the government needs to also give London more control over how cities run.